Welcome back to Family Tanks.
Hello.
Welcome back to Family Tanks. I'm Zosia.
I'm Snickerdoodle.
And we will be interviewing and giving a quick review on our
Dual aquarium build, right?
yes.
So what do we have going on? Tell everybody what we have going on in case people are just tuning in for the first time.
Well, we have a freshwater tank and a saltwater tank.
And what else do we have, like, in total?
We have a
Snaky Boo Boo. We've got a ball python, 2 cats, 2 aquariums, and
2 dart frogs.
2 poison dart frogs. And we kind of bounce between the different ones that are different videos, so make sure to hit like, subscribe, and set notifications so you know when we do a new video about any one of these things. We rotate. But today, we're talking about
The dual aquarium.
It's okay. The dual aquarium build. So what we did actually, and we can zoom out here a little bit and show everybody, is we built this custom 6-foot stand that holds 2 40 breeders, and it is half freshwater and half saltwater reef. So let's get it a little closer and give people some updates on how things are working, right?
Yep.
Let's do it. So here is the dual aquarium build, and it is doing pretty good, right, Zosh?
Yep.
Yep, so they're both 40-gallon breeders, and they both run a little differently. So let's do a little update on the freshwater. Let's start over there, right? So it was doing really, really well, and we had lots and lots of stem plants, and then what did I do?
Messed it up.
I messed it up. I took them all out. Now, long story short, one of the fun things with freshwater aquariums is you get to redo them, right?
I think you do it too much.
You think I do it too much. Well, fair enough, but I wanted a different scape, and I wanted something that was dominant with Zosia. Do you remember the name of the plant, the kind of plant that grows on like wooden rocks but doesn't root into the soil?
Montiflora?
No, that's a coral. We're talking about epiphytes.
Oh, I thought you were like airplanes.
No, epiphytes. Right, so I wanted to do an epiphyte dominated tank, and so we added a piece of driftwood in here and then rearranged the driftwood to kind of create sort of this scape that looks almost like roots, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can see the roots.
Yeah, it kind of looks like roots going into the ground. And we've got Anubias and 3 different types of Java fern, and as well, that's an Anubias coffeeophilia.
It looks weird on here.
And we have Anubias nana petite, and we have Bucophilandra wavy green, which actually doesn't look that great right now. And this has all been sort of split up and attached to the wood to allow it to continue to grow in. So the goal is to have the whole middle upper section of this tank to be all bushy and green with all these different kind of plants. And hey, Zosia, I ordered some new plants today too. Cool, right? And but then still have plenty of swimming space and negative space to be able to see through it and underneath, and have the fish be able to move around and stuff. So it's not quite such a massive plants, right? But it is doing awesome. We're still running it on here. I'll show you underneath here. We're still running it on our do-it-yourself CO2 and a canister filter. So what we do with the CO2 is that's just, this is the same do-it-yourself CO2 you see everywhere with sugar, water, and yeast. And we have 2 bottles. We change one on Wednesdays and the other on Saturdays. And then this water bath that they sit in is on a timer, and that heats up about 2 hours before the aquarium light comes on. So we get a little extra CO2 production, and then shuts off at night, so the CO2 production goes down, and the results are, voila, works awesome, right? And everything else about this is pretty self-explanatory, but certainly leave us a comment if you have any questions.
Shrimp 1, 2. Also, people might be wondering, where are some of the fish?
Oh yeah, we actually, I moved some of the fish out, and we've left the ember tetras, which are these little orange guys, and the cardinal tetras, which are the blue and red guys. And then we actually moved some of the glow lights we had over to a holding tank that we have with some extra plants from the stems that I pulled out. And they're happy over there, and they're doing their thing, and then we're just gonna use them in a future scape, right? Yep. So what do we got going on over here, Zosia?
I guess I'll do like a little animal, and you'll be the coral person.
Well, what is this?
Well, this is our reef tank.
Yep, this is the reef tank. It's coming along pretty well, right? So tell people about the reef tank.
Okay, so this is Frenzy, our starfish.
Frenzy, our sand-sifting starfish, and he's totally rad.
Then we have Wisby.
Wisby is our Royal Grama, also totally rad. He used to hide so much, and now he's constantly like, hey, what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
And then right here you can see a little bit of saltine cracker.
Right, and do you remember what kind of animal saltine is?
A shrimp.
He is a coral banded shrimp specifically.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it is cool. And then we got a bunch of hermit crabs and a bunch of snails, right?
Wait, what about Pickle?
Pickle's in there somewhere, but he hides constantly.
And also sherbet.
It's a sailfin, goby, and then sherbet, which is, remember what kind of fish sherbet is?
Yellow.
A yellow watchman goby.
Oh, I love sherbet.
Yeah. But they hide all the time.
Yeah.
But so what do you think, Zosia? I mean, we have been running this reef since what? The beginning of April. So about 5 months now.
5 months? Wow.
Yeah, it goes
Time
fast,
passes
right?
too much.
What do you think? What have you learned about reef keeping? Anything new?
I learned a lot about testing them bajillions of times.
The bajillions of water tests that you have to do?
I don't think bajillions is a word.
So, we're claiming it majillions. So Zosia, what is different about running this reef tank versus the freshwater?
Well, I think it's actually more complicated.
It's a little bit. There's more stuff to test, isn't there?
Yes.
And you've got some more, things to look after. But which one do you like better, be honest?
Fish?
The reef tank or the freshwater tank? Which one do you like better?
I like the reef tank better.
You like the, yeah, I know, me too. And
It's the color. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the freshwater. It kind of looks kind of funky right now, though.
Well, it's growing in. It's in a growth phase. But yeah, the reef tank's totally cool. But let's do a little lowdown on the corals too, since we're here. So this is just a 40-gallon breeder that we drilled in the back and installed this overflow. And then the return lines sit above it. You can actually see, since we don't use a background, you can see right down the center, you've got 2 drain lines and the return line that runs up the middle of those 2. And we've got a bunch of coral frags in here now. So if I can remember these, we have I think it's a Pavona cactus coral. I haven't the slightest idea. We have a little green lepto here, which is a tiny little frag that should start encrusting. We've got a orange redactus mushroom. We've got a purple spotted mushroom, which, by the way, did you notice right here between that rock and the one behind it, there's a little baby mushroom in there too now.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we have a little baby. Ah! And then we've got a green recordia mushroom. We've got a Kenya tree, soft coral. We've got a green leather polyp. We have a Gonapora. We have a different kind of little Gani over here, which I don't know what the specific kind is.
They have the one arm out.
Yep, we've got a chalice coral here. We've got another one in the back there. This one up front, by the way, is growing like mad. You see that section around the perimeter that's a little lighter color than the center? Mm-hmm. That is all in like the last 3 weeks. This thing is growing like nuts.
This one's my favorite.
Yep. Oh, the recordia?
The recordia grows so much.
The bumpy mushroom. We've got, I think that's a lobophilia. We've got, if I am not mistaken, oh geez, the name is slipping from me. It's not war coral. That is, okay, I'll come back to that once I remember. A candy cane, another lobophilia. We've got some paleys down here that actually, when you have the blue light on in the evening, they glow bright orange. They look kind of brown under the white light.
Yes. Oh, also our first corals are the Duncans.
Yep. And then we've got the Duncans over here. This guy, the one on top, we actually got, it was just a single polyp, and now it's 5 polyps. And this one on the bottom's doing great, but it hasn't yet split into new polyps. And then up top, where we got more light, we've got a bird's nest. We've got some plating Montipora. We've got a branching Montipora. And then this little stick that I have to be honest, I don't know what it is, but it's cute. And that one also glows bright orange under the light. And of course we have some green star polyp on their own island so they don't take over the universe.
Also, but our green star polyp's been weird. It's like, all in the beginning for like 2 months. Mm-hmm. And then, bleh,
afterwards.
For like 6 months.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Green star polyp is the one coral that you hear people talk about. You put it in and then it starts to take over and it grows so super fast and people can't stand that it's just like, it just takes over everything. Ours is super reluctant and I think I know why.
Why?
We run a very, very low nutrient system.
We
very
need to get
low.
more fish, I think.
So on the Salifert test kits that we use, our nitrate and phosphate for the last, I don't know, 4 months at least, 3 months, have been testing absolutely dead zero, even in the high sensitivity instructions. This morning I tested nitrates after purposely trying to overfeed the tank a little bit. And at the high sensitivity test, I got 0.2 part per million nitrates. 0.2. Most people are keeping it around 10.
Okay, so we need to set.
Yes, so we need to get a little bit more bioload in here, and I will show underneath the tank to show the secret as to why I think our nutrients are so low. So under here you've got our sump. Excuse the reflection in the picture of Zosia's feet that we can see here.
I have the best feet in the world.
But the water comes down here in a heating chamber, which is being controlled by the Inkbird heat controller. And there's actually room in there for a skimmer in the future. We just haven't put one in yet. Yeah, your feet are going crazy because there just hasn't been a need. Second, it goes through this overflow section here that works as both a bubble trap for when the skimmer's there, so we don't get any micro bubbles, as well as mechanical and chemical filtration. Then it goes to our refugium, which we have seeded with Chaetomorpha, as well as a bunch of pods and everything else, and it's run on this 50-watt Amazon grow light. We started off running this grow light during all the off hours for the aquarium light, which was about 14 hours a day, and all of our nutrients went and disappeared. Now this grow light is only lighting up the Chaeto 4 hours a day, and I'm only slightly beginning to see nutrients come back. So I think what's happening is our refugium is working too well.
Yeah.
If that's a thing. But, hey, lower nutrients are easier to deal with than having high nutrients and not knowing what to do about them, right?
Yeah.
So that is our dual aquarium build. So Zosia, what do you think? Any direction you think you want to take with these?
Oh, I know your direction though. You want to be like giant.
Yeah, I kind of want to take all this down and put one big aquarium up there, but you know.
Incorrect. No.
No? You don't support that idea?
I do not support that idea.
You do not support that idea.
These fishes would be like, no.
No, honey, we won't get rid of anything. We're just going to transfer to different stuff.
But they'll be like, no.
Bigger is always better.
No, bigger is not always better.
We'll talk about that. But hey, leave a comment. We would love to get your feedback as to what you think of our dual aquarium concept, and if you have any questions about the equipment or techniques that we're using and anything else, because by and large, they've been working really well and we'd love to hear from you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so next time, and what do you say to everybody there, Zosia?
Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like the video.
Bye-bye.